Hello everyone, welcome to Acaducation. In this lecture, we will discuss on squares and their applications. So before proceeding any further, I would suggest you to by heart squares of first 25 natural numbers. So on the screen you see the squares of first 25 natural numbers. So just by heart them and then we'll proceed to our next topic. Now when we carefully observe these square numbers, what we find is the difference between any two consecutive squares, that is 1 square minus 2 square, the difference is 3. Similarly, if we talk about difference between 3 square and 4 square, the difference is 7. Or if we talk about difference between 14 square and 15 square, the difference is 29. So what we see is difference between consecutive squares is basically series of odd numbers. Now this is a very important point that you need to remember because there would be questions which can be solved using this property. So just remember that difference between any two consecutive squares is basically odd numbers. Now if you are asked that between what perfect squares or what consecutive perfect square is the difference equals to 37. So what you need to do is you subtract 1 from 37. What we get? We get 36. Now you divide 36 upon 2. So you divide 36 by 2, you will get 18. So between 18 square and 19 square, the difference would be 37. So this is how we can find out that between what squares is the difference 37 or 43 or 45 or anything, right? Similarly, if we observe the squares of first 10 natural numbers, we find that 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square 9. So at the unit places, we do not find 2 or 3 or 7 or 8. So if a question comes like which of the following is a perfect square, then what we will be looking at first is that the square should not end with 2, 7, 3 or 8. So because all these four are ending with 2, 3, 7 or 8, so our answer would be none of these. Because no square would end in digits equals to 2, 3, 7 or 8. Whenever we multiply two numbers, let's say we multiply 23 by 76. So what would be the last digit? It would be 6 3s are 18. So we would have last digit as 8. Right? Similarly, if you talk about last two digits, so that would be of 123. If like we have a number 123 multiplied by 276. And we are asked that what would be the last two digits. So that would be the product of last two digits of 123 by the product of last two digits of 76. So similarly, if we are to find the last three digits of any product, so we will be taking just last three digits of those two numbers. Clear? So that is why a perfect square cannot end in digits 2, 3, 7 or 8. This you have to remember. So first what we need to remember was difference between any two consecutive square is an odd number. Second is a perfect square cannot end in digits 2, 3, 7 or 8. Next, let us see how to find the last two digits of a perfect square. So let us find the last two digits of 37 square. So we multiply 37 by 37. What it would be? 7 sevens are 49. We get 4 carry. 7 threes are 21 and 4. It is 25. We write across here 7 threes are 21. 2 carry. 3 threes are 9 and 11. So what we get is 9, 6, 3 and 1. So last two digits of 37 square is 69. But we do not need to multiply 37 every time to find the last digits of 37 square, or we do not need to multiply two number or that number, like if we have to find 43 square, last digits of 43 square. So there's no need to multiply 43. Without multiplying also I can tell what is the last two digits of 43 square. So how can we do that? Let us see. So we had 37 square. So I could have written it as 50 minus 13 whole square. Now using the property a minus b whole square. So that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. So in place of a square, what we get? 2500, because 50, we have a is equals to 50, so a square is 2500. Similarly, b square would be 169, and minus 2ab is minus 2 into 13 into 50, that becomes minus 1300. Now if you see this operation or mathematical statement, what we find, last two digits of 2500 is 0, last two digits of 1300 is 0. So who will contribute to the last two digits of 37 square? It's 13 square, right? 13 square. So that is why last two digits of 37 square would be 69. Now from this method, we can devise a generalized formula that if we have a number which is x square, where x ranges from 1 to 25. So from there we have to find the last digits of 50 minus x whole square, like we did in this case, 37 square. So x becomes 13. Why? Because 50 minus 13, it becomes 37. So whenever we have 50 minus x whole square or 50 plus x whole square, 100 minus x whole square, and so on. So all of them will have same last two digits, right? So we just need to see the difference from 50 or from 100. Whatever is the difference, square of that quantity would be the last two digits. So if I have 62 square, so last two digit of 62 square would be 44. Why? Because 62 is 50 plus 12. So difference between 62 and 50 is 12. So it would end in 44. 144, so 44. 50 plus x whole square. So x becomes 12 in this case. So this is also one important topic or important concept. So you have to remember this. Let us now solve a question based on squares. So use the three properties that we have seen till now and try solving this question. What this question says, two numbers AB and CD are such that A plus 1 equals to C and B plus 1 equals to D. Now their squares are 4-digit numbers PQRS and WXYZ, which follow the same property. That is P plus 1 equals to W, Q plus 1 equals to X, and so on. Find the value of A plus P. So what we are given is, we have a 2-digit number AB, we have another 2-digit number CD. And what is the property that is being followed here? That when we add 1 to each digit of A and B, or indirectly they are saying that we have to add 11 to AB to get CD. So I can say CD minus AB is 11. Next, this property is followed in the squares of these numbers. So square of AB is PQRS and square of CD is WXYZ, and similar property is being followed. So when we add 1 to P, we get W. When we add 1 to Q, we get X, and so on. Now from this property, or from this, if we look at RS and YZ, so what we can say, that these RS and YZ are last two digits of a perfect square number. So can we say that we have to find two numbers such that difference between them is 11 and they are also perfect squares, right? RS and YZ. If they are not perfect square, then they will be the last two digits of perfect squares from 1 to 25. Why? Because AB and CD, these are numbers such that when we add 1 to B, we get D. So that means B and D are consecutive numbers. And if B and D are consecutive numbers, what that means, that RS and YZ, so these will be consecutive perfect squares. 5 or 6, 6 or 7, 7 or 8, like that. So we have to find RS and YZ such that difference between them is 11. So between which two perfect square values the difference is 11? Obviously we have 25 and 36. So now we know that our value of RS is 25, value of YZ is 36, right? So when I write YZ minus RS equals to 11, so I get YZ equals to 36 and RS equals to 25. Because if you see this 11, so 11 minus 1, that is 10, you divide it by 2, you get 5. So 11 would be the difference between 5 square and 6 square. So now we know that our value of B, this is 5 because RS is ending in 25. So obviously B has to be 5. Now we have YZ and RS. So we need to take out what can be the value of AB and CD. So YZ are last two digits of perfect square whose values is 36. Now we know the last two digits of YZ, that is 36, and 36 occurs when the number is either 6 square, x square, or next is 50 minus x whole square, that is 50 minus 6 whole square, or 50 plus 6 whole square, or 100 minus 6, or 100 plus 6 whole square. This is what we see some time ago, right? So according to this, now can this YZ number be 6 square? That is CD. Can CD be equals to 6 square? No, right? Because CD is a 2-digit number. Similarly, can CD be equals to 100 plus 6 whole square? No, right? Because this is a 3-digit number, 106 square. So CD can be one among these three numbers. So what can be the value of CD? It can be 44 square or 56 square or 94 square. Now we know that RS is 25. That means B is 5. And if B is 5, then let us see the values of CD for which values of AB will occur. So if CD is 44, we subtract 11 from 44 because 1 was added to each digit of AB to reach CD. So when we subtract 11, we get 33. Similarly, from 56, when we subtract 11, we get 45, and from 94, we get 83. Now we have to find a number which will end in 5 because RS was 25. So can 33 or 83 end in 5? No, right? So our answer would be 56 at 45. So AB, this is 45. Square of 45 is 2025. And our CD is 56. See, we have added 11 to AB to get CD. And what is the value of CD square? 3136. So our A plus B is equals to 4 plus 5, which is 9. Now let us have a look at some of the important perfect squares. So these are 4 squares which follow a certain property, a special property. So when we square 1, we get 001. 11 square can be written as 121, 21 as 441, and 31 as 961. Now what you do is you just shift 01 by one place towards the right. What will get? 10. Shifting 11 won't yield anything. Shifting 21 will become 12, and shifting 31 will become 13 square. And what are these squares? 100, 121, 144, and 169. So when we reverse are these numbers, that is 1, 11, 21, 31, their squares also got reversed as it is. Similarly, there is a square 41 square which is 1681. What is the property or what is the special property about this? First two and last two digits are perfect square. So this is the only 4-digit perfect square whose first two and last two digits are perfect square. Similarly, there is one more number 88 square which is 7744. So this is the only 4-digit perfect square which is of the form XXYY. Now these have been asked in examination many a time, so I have included them. So just remember, if the question asked if a number is of the form, if a 4-digit perfect square is of the form XXYY, then what is the value of x plus y? So you just have to add 7 and 4. The value is 11. Similarly, they can ask a 4-digit perfect square is such that its first and last two digits are perfect square, and then a operation is performed on that number. So you know that that number is 1681. Let us now see how can we find squares of numbers between 25 to 75 or any other numbers in a really fast way. So for this I am assuming that you remember squares from 1 to 25. Now how we will take out the squares between 25 and 35? So as we know that these squares would be a 3-digit number or a 4-digit number. 25 square is 625, 75 square is 5625. So these are either 4-digit number or 3-digit number. So we'll divide them into two parts, first two or first digit and last two digits like this. So these are the last two digits and these are the first two digits. Now in the last two digits we'll write 50 minus number whole square. So if we are taking out square of, let's say, 29, so what we will be writing? 50 minus 29 whole square, that is 21 whole square, which is 441, right? So 41 will take as last two digits, 4 we will assume to be our carry. So in place of carry, what will be there? The third digit or the hundreds place digit. Now for the first two digits, we are required to find n minus 25. So in this case, it would be 29 minus 25. So that would be 4. So 4, our answer of 29 would be 4 plus 4, 8, 41. So 29 square is 841. Let us see another example. If we have to find the square of 36. So what you have written here, 50 minus 36, right? In place of n, I have written 36. Now this comes out to be 196. So we will retain 96 and 1 will get carry forward. Similarly, in n minus 25, we will writing 36 minus 25, that is 11. We have added our carry, so we get 12. So our answer is 1296. That is for 36 square. So what we get is 1296. Now let us solve another example on that. Just find the square of 57. So what we have to do is we have to just find the last two digits and first two or first digit. So last two digits would be 7 square, 50 minus 57 whole square, that is 49. There is no carry this time, and 57 minus 25 is 32. So our answer would be 3249. So we have 50 minus 57 whole square, which comes out to be 49. There is no carry. 57 minus 25 is 32. So our answer becomes 3249. Just practice some more questions on this and you'll get the concept. So now let us see how to find squares between numbers 75 and 125. This is also a similar method. Now you have to divide it in last two digits and first two or first three digits, because these now would range from 4 to 5 digit numbers. So what we have to do is, we did 50 minus number in our last from 25 to 75 when we are taking out. So in place of 50 minus number square, now we are doing 100 minus number whole square. And for first two digits, there's a slight change now. We would be subtracting this number, that is 100 minus number, from our number itself. So n minus number. So for example, let us see if we have 88 square. So for 88 square, what would be the last two digits? 100 minus 88 ka whole square, that is 12 square. So now we would be subtracting 12 from 88. So our last two digits become 44. 1 is carry. And our first two digits, 88 minus 12 is 76. So 76 and plus 1 carry. So we have 7744. So just what you need to do is you need to calculate the perfect square of the difference between number and 100. So that comes out to be 12 square. Subtract 12 from 88, that is 76. So 76 plus 1 is 77. Let us see another example on this. So let us find the square of 117. So how can we find 117 square? So we have last two digits as 17 square, that is 289. Now because 2 is the third digit, it will get carried over. So it is plus 2. We got last two digits at 89. Because we need to find 100 minus 117. So that becomes 17. Now we need to add 17 to 117 because now it is a bigger number than 100. So 117 plus 17 is 134 plus 2 carry. So our answer becomes 13689. So whenever we'll solve these type of questions, just you have to find out that if the number is less than 100, then we have to subtract this difference from that number. If the number is more than 100, then you have to add this difference. So in this case, the number was more than 100. So we found out the last two digits, that was 17 square. we got as 289. Then what we did is we added 17 to 117. Why? Because it is more than 100. So 117 plus 17 and 2 was our carry. So it becomes 13689. Now let us see the squares of numbers ending with 5. So this is a very basic concept. Whenever we'll have numbers which end with 5, so how we'll multiply it? So let us see an example, 45 square. So 45 multiplied by 45. So write the last two digits as 25, which is 5 into 5. Now because 4 we have the same digit, so you multiply this by 5, the next digit. So 4 into 5, it becomes 20. So our answer is 2025. So what we have done is we have multiplied 5 by 5, we get 25. And because our tens place was same, so 4 into its next digit, that is 5. Not this one. What comes in the numeric table? For example, if we have to find 37 square. Sorry, this is for 5, right? So let us find 35 square. So it would be 25 last two digits. And first two would be 3 into 4, that is 12. If you had to find 65 square, so last two digit would be 25 and first two digits would be 6 into 7, that is 42. So 4225. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you have any doubt in any concept or you have doubts regarding any questions from different topics from any content, you could just mail us to caducation@gmail.com and we'll reply to you ASAP. Thank you.